I'm Bridget, and my Girl Scout Gold Award is Real World Ready, Financial Literacy, and Real World Concepts for Young Adults. Today, our topic is money, money, money. Let's get started. What is money? Money is a medium of exchange. Before money, people used to have to trade one thing for another. This was called bartering. You could trade firewood for eggs, chickens for silk, or even seeds for wool. But eventually, people decided using something they agreed had value to facilitate trade was better than carrying around firewood and eggs all the time. This led to the use of the first coins. Originally, people would use symbols on clay tablets as the first forms of money. The first metal coins in the world were made in Turkey in the 7th century BC, and they were gold and silver. In the late 1700s, the first U.S. coins were approved by the government, called Fugio cent. It was a copper penny designed by Benjamin Franklin. And in 1862, paper money was approved by the government. The U.S. Mint is in charge of making coins and dollar bills, and there are 6 mints in the United States. U.S. money used to be backed by gold, but now it trades freely based on market forces. Now we're going to move on to exchange rates. Exchange rates are how much one currency it takes to buy or sell another currency. Countries have different currencies, and their currencies have different values. Every country's economy is different, and things cost different amounts in different places in the world. Exchange rates fluctuate daily and are determined by many factors like supply and demand, interest rates, growth, inflation, and a country's stability. Let's say we're going on a trip to a different country where they don't use the same money as us. We all live in America, a place that uses dollars. But let's say we're going to Italy, where they use euros. When we arrive in Italy, we will have to exchange our dollars for euros. If the exchange rate is $1 equals 0.86 euros, this means that for every $1 you give, you will get 0.86 euros back. If the exchange rate changes, the amount of money you will get in return also changes. So if the rate goes up, like $1 equals 1.15 euros, then your dollar can buy you more euros. If you buy something that is $8.60 in Italy, it is really costing you $10 in America. That's why people make jokes that everything is cheaper in Europe. Even though the price tag says less, most of the time it is really costing you more. Let's take a look at some examples. $1 US is equal to 0.86 euro as of August of 2025. This means that your $1 only gets you 0.86 of a euro, meaning the euro has more value. $1 is worth less than 1 euro. On the flip side, 1 euro will buy you $1.17. This is unlike Argentina, where the dollar is worth more than an Argentinian peso. $1 US equals 1,300 pesos in Argentina. So 1,000 pesos only gets you 17 cents on the dollar here in America. I took an example that I think everybody would know, strawberry acai from Starbucks. A grande in America costs $5.92. The euro, it costs 5.09. In Argentinian pesos, it's 7,846. And for a Japanese yen, it is 874. Inflation is the rate of increase in prices over periods of time. So this means the value of money decreases over time. Inflation is caused by many, many factors. Some of the factors include supply and demand of products and money, and products costing more to be made. It also has a number of effects. When prices rise, wages also rise, and there's an increase in taxes. High inflation means things will cost more to buy in the future and hurt your budget. As you can see from this chart, in 2012, Prices were up 2.5% compared to the previous years. This means that the price level of goods and services were 2.5% more expensive than they were in 2011. And as you can also see, inflation skyrocketed in 2021 given the many economic issues the pandemic caused, and now inflation is around 7%. How do credit cards work? A credit card is a physical card that can be used to make purchases, pay bills, or maybe even withdraw cash. The credit card company gives you a set credit limit. Credit limit is the maximum amount of money that you can use or spend. It is based on your income, assets, and ability to pay it back at a later date. You are borrowing money from the credit card company, and if you don't pay back the balance owed on time, you have to pay interest. Credit scores are a number from 300 to 850 that shows a person's creditworthiness. This is their ability to pay back the money at a later date. It helps lenders see the risk of lending money. The higher the credit score, the less risky to lenders. And lenders tend to give better terms such as interest rates and time to pay back. Credit cards versus debit cards. The main difference is credit cards are funds borrowed from a bank. It has interest rates and fees, and too much spending can lead to debt. Credit cards offer fraud protection and protection against unauthorized purchases, and some credit cards allow you to earn rewards on purchases in forms of points, miles, or even cash back. Debit cards deduct money directly from your bank account, which helps to avoid debt because you can only spend money that you have. There's little to no fees, no interest charges, and it does not help you build credit. Credit card companies make their money through fees, each transaction, and the interest they charge people for not paying their bills on time. They charge an annual fee ranging from $50 to $600 depending on the benefits your card offers. Credit card companies charge merchants a processing fee ranging from 1.5 to 3.5% per transaction. So every time you swipe your credit card, the credit card company is charging the merchant a percent fee. Recently, more and more merchants have been passing the processing fee to you through a convenience fee for using your credit card. Credit card interest rates are talked about in APR, annual percentage rate. If APR is 20%, then the daily interest rate is 0.055%, 20% divided by 365. If you have $1,000 unpaid balance to your credit card company, your balance increases 41 cents each day, adding up to owing $1,016 in 30 days, in a year adding up to owing $1,221, and in 5 years, $2,710. Credit card debt from unpaid balances accumulates quickly because not many people pay their credit card bills on time. And once you're in debt, it's very hard to get out of the cycle. Here are just some basic need-to-know life facts. June 15th in America is 06/15/25. In many other parts of the world, it is written the other way around as 15/06/25. These are the time zone abbreviations in the United States. EST, Eastern Standard Time, CST, Central Standard Time, MST, Mountain Standard Time, and PST, Pacific Standard Time. Sometimes it's S, sometimes it's D. The D stands for daylight, so Eastern Daylight Times. This is spring forward and fall back, when we lose an hour in the fall and gain an hour in the spring. Arizona, Hawaii, and American territories like Puerto Rico do not follow daylight savings. Originally, daylight savings was for farming so that they could have more hours of sunlight. Here's how it works. When it is 5 p.m. in New York, Eastern Standard Time, it is 4 p.m. in states like Tennessee, Central Standard Time. It'll be 3 p.m. in Colorado and Utah, Mountain Standard Time, and 2 p.m. in Pacific Standard Time, states like California and Washington. Hawaii and Alaska are both 6 hours behind Eastern Standard Time. Do not put aluminum foil or metal in a microwave, because this is what will happen. Nobody wants that to happen.